I should mention that your goal, you and Rob's goal, is to end homelessness by August of 2026.
That's right.
Right? Where did if we could let me just key on that. How did that date come to be?
So I launched Huntsville New Liberals in June 2023, this June. And I really had been not engaged in Huntsville politics before that. And so I had an open mind about what issues to focus on. I kind of wanted to get people together and say, like, what are the most pressing issues for the people who have been paying attention? And what I heard most often was bicycling, walking, and transit, like the infrastructure to help us get around without cars. And I think that's wonderful. I'm all for that. But as I looked into it and started paying more attention, I focused on housing when I was in San Francisco. I wrote a column about housing policy. I was part of the pro-housing movement. Like, I volunteered. I, volunteered for campaigns and all that. But I was like, I don't know, maybe housing isn't Huntsville's most critical issue. But the more I looked around and the more I paid attention, even when it comes to like car alternatives, those are much easier to do when you have dense housing. I joined Huntsville HEC, the Huntsville Environmental Coalition. Well, what benefits the environment? One thing is to get out of car dependency. How do you drive? How do you create a situation where the average person spends less time on transportation? Well, they live closer to where they need to go every day. So everything you'd want, economic growth, environmentalism, racial justice, gender equity, economic mobility, like all of these things are directly impacted by housing. And when I look at like what's burdening, especially low-income Huntsvillians, it's the cost of rent, the fact that rent is skyrocketing and incomes aren't. So, yeah. So we launched Housing for Huntsvillians in August 2023, a few months after I started Huntsville New Liberals. And I just thought, you know what, 3 years is a reasonable time frame.
Yeah.
I think we should be able to, if not solve homelessness, because homelessness is a policy choice, at least have everyone who has the ability to pay a modicum of attention, at least let them know that this is a choice that we're making and that we don't have to make it.
Is that becoming known, your goal? Has that starting to make its way in city councils and just other, even if it's like political action committees, that, hey, there's this thing and Kathy's, back.
I'm back.
And you're back. She's back, and she's got an aggressive plan. Is that percolating at all?
I think it's definitely percolating among the people I'm reaching out to. So what I'm doing right now is trying to build coalitions, and the first kind of targets that I've had are people who are already working in homelessness, people who are already activated and working on this issue. So I reached out to First Stop today. Obviously, we talked to Keith Overholt of the Downtown Rescue Mission. We have volunteered for, I'm forgetting their name, but they are the only shelter that accommodates entire families.
Yeah, it was at New Futures.
Yeah. So yeah, that kind of thing. I reached out to United Way, like just trying to figure out like who's already working on it. The Community of Hope we've talked to, and we're trying to talk to the city. We're showing up to city council meetings, and we're involved in HEC because obviously we have overlapping goals. So just finding the people who are kind of already on the side of housing the homeless and increasing density and affordability. And so yeah, I think it's going pretty well. Obviously, like, I would love to be informing more people faster, but we'll get there.